Hello everybody, welcome back to EAFC 25 with the Aston Villa career mode, and we are in May. It's the final month of the season, and there have been a host of recommended signings we could make to keep in line with the restrictions and the regulations of homegrown talent in the Champions League and in the Premier League as well, which is something we really need to keep an eye on because the squad we're getting a little bit far away from the homegrownness. So there's been some really good recommendations. We'll be touching on all of that next episode at the end of the season episode. This episode is just going to be getting to the season and seeing if we can hang on to that fourth place, because it's been pretty close, to be honest. It's been a good I thought I had more things to do. We don't. It's been a good season. It's been very good. It's been very, very close. You can see here 61 points we're on. We are 7 points off Liverpool in third, but only 3 points ahead of Arsenal. Yes, we have an extra game that we need to play, but I don't know. At the moment, we're sort of gate crashing that top four, similar to how Aston Villa did previously under Unai Emery. But yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. But this episode, we do have some big games. We're going to be simming Fulham, simming Bournemouth, and then playing Man City, Spurs, and Man United to end out the season. So it's a big episode. There's plenty to get on with. So first and foremost, we have to go and sim those games against Fulham and Bournemouth. So let's crack into that. I am enjoying the 4-4-1-1, but I do think the 4-4-2 works. Oh, I figured out how to make it so that it comes out on the intro screen as well. So we'll definitely be figuring that. I think we are going to go 4-4-2, I think we're going to go 4-4-2, although Maatsen is injured for this one, so he's going to have to come out. Do we start Sousa or do we bring in Mings? Mings is tired. That's the problem, right? We'll have to start Sousa. He's gone up to a 61, Sousa, which is pretty good. Duran can get a rest. It will start Ferguson up there in this one. I think we'll go for that in the sim. So quick sim the match. What do we got? Oh, we've got to take Maatsen off the bench because obviously I've only just moved him to the bench. Let's put Feeney on there for now. Oh, Bellingham is actually back. So we can put Bellingham on there for Duran. And we'll put Bargy on there for Mings as Feeney has gone on to the bench. So, quick simming. Please be a win. It's a 2-1 win. Yelert getting the winner in the 89th minute after Morgan Rogers got himself sent off. Watkins again with another goal. Ollie Watkins. I think there could be big interest in Ollie Watkins come the end of the season with the summer transfer window. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But it is at the moment 1 from 1. Kamara still going to be complaining. Oh, he's happy that he's had a bit of a run in the team, which is pretty good. Morgan Rogers is suspended. We know that much. Next up, Bournemouth. Oh my word, we have a £35 million deal for Maatsen. Now, interestingly, a fair offer should be between 40.7 to 76. So we're going to negotiate this. Arsenal have also given us an offer of Thomas Partey, who I'm not interested in at all. So I think we will start with the Arsenal offer because they're, oh my word, both of them want our starting. This would put us in a tough position. But Man City and Arsenal are obviously very, very good. I think Maatsen probably would want to leave to go there. So can we get a left back in return? Zinchenko's not bad. He's a lot older and worse. Tierney's 27, obviously a bit more injury prone. Benjamin White's on the right. Kiwior on the left. Not too sure about that. We could ask for Kieran Tierney. I could see Kieran Tierney working in a system, and then the thing is, this deal has got to be worth a lot for us. So I think like Kieran Tierney's 14.5, right? So if we went let me just do the maths. 25 would be, what's that, 39.5, which I don't think is even enough. So I'm going to ask for like 40 million. I'm going to go 40 million and Kieran Tierney. That's what we're going to ask for because he's such a huge player for us, Ian Maatsen. And, oh my word, they're happy. 40 million and Kieran Tierney, right. Man City are up next to be negotiated with. So, okay, we will negotiate with Man City and see who they've got to offer as Pep Guardiola wants in. So, who have you got to offer as a fullback that we could take? So, Gvardiol I would love, but that's a bit unrealistic. Dumfries they've signed. Balde they've signed. Kyle Walker's there as a 34-year-old. Okay, they haven't really got anybody. So, I mean, we got 50 odd million out of Arsenal. So let's go for like, I'm gonna push my luck. I'm gonna push my luck and say 65 million as our starting position for here. No, that's a huge gap, and I think that's fair because we're getting like Kieran Tierney's a decent player, right? And I just think I'm like, have I balls that up? I don't really want to sell Maatsen, but 40 million pounds plus Kieran Tierney is pretty big. Yeah, that's a good deal. Let's see if Tierney can agree terms. So we're back for the Bournemouth game then. We're going to be going with the 4-4-2 yet again, just to see how we can make this one work. Rodgers is suspended, so Ramsey can come in. That's an easy swap. Tyrone Mings can come back to the bench. Duran can come in as well for probably Rooney Bargi. I think makes sense. He goes up front with Ollie Watkins. We are going to give a start to Kamara in midfield just because he's not played all that much recently. And we'll start Mudryk as well. I want to give him a bit more game time. So that is how we're lining up. In fact, let's go Rooney Bargi on the bench for Ferguson. We'll go with that for the final sim of the episode. And then it's 3 massive games. And we lose to Bournemouth. Adams gets the goal in the 82nd minute. That is disappointing as Leon Bailey came on to replace Ollie Watkins up front in that one. So the big 3 games coming up. Man City, top of the table. We have negotiated with Kieran Tierney. This is a bug that's in the game, by the way, that once you do an exchange, you go in here and then it's like, yeah, we've done the negotiations. He's accepted it. So we'll see. It's all about keeping Kieran Tierney injury-free, isn't it? And it has gone through. £40 million plus Kieran Tierney for Ian Maatsen. The ex-Chelsea loanee wasn't happy at Villa. He's been on the transfer list. We couldn't take him off it, but they've said we've got an excellent deal, and that is superb. So at the start next season, Kieran Tierney will probably be our starting left-back, which is interesting, isn't it? We've now gone through 2 left-backs in Luca Digne and Maatsen, but I'm pretty happy with that deal. Here we are then at the Etihad Stadium. Aston Villa have this huge run-in which could be the decider in Champions League football. It is Man City v Aston Villa, 1st v 4th in the league. Aston Villa coming off the back of a poor result against Bournemouth, a 1-0 loss, but before that did pick up a win against Fulham with Elias Yalert being a surprise goal scorer. But we are at the Etihad Stadium. Let's see what football is in store. So Blue Moon Rising has been sung around the stadium and the players are shaking hands. Kevin De Bruyne captaining Man City with this one. Ederson will be in goal. It's a very strong Manchester City lineup, and they will be after blood. They could not agree a deal for Ian Maatsen, who has turned out is moving to Arsenal in the summer. And this is how Man City are lining up then in a 4-2-1-3. Pep Guardiola's men start with Ederson in goal. A back 4 of Diaz, Stones, Gvardiol and Dumfries. Rodri, Kovacevic and De Bruyne in the middle. Doku, Haaland and Phil Foden in a very good front 3 for Man City. Aston Villa lining up in a 4-4-2. I fixed the thing so it shows a 4-4-2. This time it's Martinez in goal. Konza moves to right back. Pau Torres, Mings and Elliot Yalert, the rest of the back 4. Onana partners McGinn, and it's Watkins and Evan Ferguson up front for today's game. And it's the home team that kick us off here at the Etihad, and Aston Villa will be hoping that they can pick up a favourable result. I think Emery would be very happy with a point away at the Etihad Stadium, but we'll have to wait and see. Kevin De Bruyne into the area. Really good tackle from Pau Torres there as Leon Bailey just gives it straight back to Man City, and you can't be affording to do that in this sort of game. Onana spreads the play out to find Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers just holds the ball up. I was trying to put a ball down the line to Elias Yalert, but didn't quite work. We've got a strange thing today. Elias Yalert has to come to left back because of fitness and injuries. Maatsen is injury, and Sousa just doesn't have the fitness to play 2 games in a week. So that's pushed Konza to right back, and it's very much, he's offside, very much nullifying how I like to play, because I want a left footer to swing in across from the left and a right footer to swing across from the right. And Konza's just not very attacking, so we're going to have to get a lot more out of our wingers today. Haaland well offside. Leon Bailey spreads the play really nicely to Morgan Rogers. Rogers just holds it up, waits for Elias Yalert, who did get back on side. I was trying to fire a low cross in and it got incredibly wrong. Easy for Ederson. 16 minutes gone, still 0-0. I'd say Man City have been the better team though. Doku into the area, cuts back for Haaland. Great block from Torres. 20 minutes gone and Man City starting to turn the screw here. That's a really good corner in as well. Header Denzel Dumfries makes it 1-0. The right back, he's very tall for a right back. It's a great header from Denzel Dumfries. 1-0 City, it's been coming. So Phil Foden swings in a really good corner, slightly deeper than I was expecting. But yeah, Dumfries, 2 men around him. He out jumps Pau Torres and Amadou Onana. And yeah, really good header from the right back. 1-0 City. Rodgers comes forward. First time really we've had a bit of space and being able to keep the ball a little bit. Onana back to Elias Yiller again. We're actually going to go back to Rodgers here. Try and play a 1-2. Denzel Dumfries has had such a good game. And Man City are just so good when they've got the ball. It's really hard to win it off them. They keep it well, they move it well, and well, Kevin De Bruyne is involved in absolutely everything that they're doing at the moment. Onana, out it goes towards Morgan Rodgers, in towards Watkins. That's a good pass. Watkins off to Ferguson. Ferguson with a shot. It's hit John Stones, and it's cleared away. So it's another corner to Man City. They scored from the last one. Phil Foden decides to go short to Jeremy Doku, and that is an absolute waste there, as Leon Bailey is not fouled. I was going to say surely is fouled, but referee says no. Good block from Elias Yiller. It'll be another corner as we get towards half-time. Still 1-0 Man City, and you can see Dumfries is there again in that area. That's too close to Martinez. Good goalkeeping. Oh, for once we finally caught Denzel Dumfries out of position, and look at the space it's opened up. Ferguson! John Stones had to get that right, and it's a perfectly timed tackle right on the stroke of half-time. Take a bow, John Stones. Second half then, no substitutions for either team. It's still Denzel Dumfries' goal is the decider between the two teams at the moment. But Aston Villa were growing into it in that second half. Just couldn't really take the chances that they had opened up, and it was a fantastic tackle from John Stones that really denied Evan Ferguson a really good goal-scoring opportunity here. Rodgers does put one in towards Ferguson, trying to use his height and physicality a little bit more, but didn't quite work. Well, Phil Foden's turned away from Tyrone Mings. Luckily, the defence stepped up so that Haaland was offside, and we've managed to regain a little bit of our shape. But yeah, Kevin De Bruyne is literally, I think it's like real life. They basically give the ball to Kevin De Bruyne and see what he can make happen. Evan Ferguson, really good hold-up play as Leon Bailey could be in. Now, there is a lack of support in there. Leon Bailey cuts back onto his left foot, but it's too close to Ederson. And it was really good play from Evan Ferguson, but we just, yeah, this defence for Man City is so solid. Oh, Doku's absolutely done me there, and he's so fast once he turns you. Nice flick from De Bruyne to invite Rodri forward. Back heel towards Kovacic as well. Gvardiol up to De Bruyne, and finally we close him down and get the ball back in a good position. Onana spreads the play well, looks out towards Rodgers. That's a really good ball to Watkins, up towards Ferguson. Ferguson! Oh my word, it's hit the back stanchion. What an effort from Evan Ferguson. Oh, it deserved a goal. What a counter-attack. Love that. Haaland in a bit of space. Pau Torres can't commit, and he's held him up well. He's gone back to Kevin De Bruyne. How it goes to Dumfries. Good tackle from Onana, but we're just struggling to get onto the ball a bit now. Foden, it feels like Man City have just turned it up a bit since that Evan Ferguson shot, and that's a really clever pass into De Bruyne. 2-0. You give him that much space and he will punish you. 2-0 to City. Kevin De Bruyne with a wonderful finish. It's Kevin De Bruyne, look at the space he picked up there, and it's a really well hit finish with the right foot. Martinez, it's just past him before he can react. Yeah, disappointing. Subs though for Aston Villa. John McGinn off. Redondo comes on for some young fresh legs in the middle, and young fresh legs in Feeney, making his debut in the Premier League at centre-back, replaces Tyrone Mings, who's just suffering from a bit of cramp, we'll say. He was just knackered, but we'll say cramp. Oh, Konza's done well here as Leon Bailey is in a bit of space, puts a ball into a good area. Oh, John Stones just getting there first again, and I tell you what, I've enjoyed Evan Ferguson up front today. A few people may say it was an unrealistic signing, but in this save, he didn't play for Brighton, and we're on the verge of the Champions League again, back-to-back Champions League qualifications. So I do think he would leave Brighton for Aston Villa if they came a knock-in and they had back-to-back Champions League campaigns. Oh, Haaland's just battered his... I don't know. I wasn't commentating because I honestly thought we'd tackled him 3 times, but Erling Haaland has scored. We'll get to the replay, because I tackled him there, then I tackled him there, and I thought I had tackled him again, but Haaland on his left foot from there. 3-0 City. Game over. Oh, we're all falling apart at the back now. Haaland's in again. Great save, Martinez. It's all Man City. Aston Villa are just capitulating here. It's been a long time since we've been on the end of a result like this. Rodri powering up a big shot. Martinez, good save again. Cross comes in, or the corner comes in, sorry. It's Onana's there. Feeney does get a touch to it. Ruben Diaz gives it to John Stones. Good block. Fernando Redondo can't get it away. Dumfries still there looking for his second of the game. Foden's in. Good save, Martinez. And oh my God, what are we doing? Right, we've just about managed the storm. That's a terrible pass from Onana. Doku. In it goes to Memphis Depay, past the post. Ferguson into Watkins. Back to Ferguson. Into Watkins again. It's lovely football from Aston Villa. Ollie Watkins does get a consolation. With a few minutes to go, it's really, really good link-up play from the two strikers and Onana in midfield as well. It's 3-1, 2 minutes to go. I think it's not going to be enough. But yeah, really good football from the two strikers. Lovely give and go to release Watkins. And then powered it past Ederson. He's in the hunt for the golden boot, so more goals for him the better. Good interception from Ezri Konsa there as he comes forward, looks in towards Onana. Ferguson didn't quite get back on side, but that will be the end of the game, I imagine. It's 3-1 City, a good win for the, well, potential champions here at the home of the current champions as well. I don't know why I said it like that. They're the current champions, and they're currently top of the league with 2 games to go. It's a 3-1 win for Man City. So in another game in the crucial run for Champions League football, it's Aston Villa v Tottenham here at Villa Park. So knowing that a win should secure Champions League football for Aston Villa, this is a momentous game to get back-to-back Champions League campaigns. Ollie Watkins is leading the line for Aston Villa. He is the current top goal scorer in the Premier League. Can he hold on to that golden boot? Can he get a goal today to cement his place at the top? Aston Villa line up in their 4-4-2 formation. It is Emi Martinez in goal, as to be expected. Konsa and Torres back as a centre-back partnership with Yelert at right-back and Sousa at left-back. Watkins partners Duran out front, and Boubacar Kamara comes in alongside Tielemans with a rare start for Mykhailo Mudryk on the right. Spurs line up with Vicario in goal in the patented 4-3-3 formation. There's no guessings who is up front for them, but at the back it's Destiny Udogie, Sarasate, Van de Ven and Porro. Heung-min Song leads the line, flanked by Kulusevski and Maddison. Chavez, Archie Gray and Bentancur make up the midfield 3. And it's the home team that gets us underway. They know that a win here will pretty much secure them. Although with something drastic happening on the final day, a win here will secure them Champions League football, which would be stupendous to get back-to-back Champions League campaigns for the Villa fans. Oh my word, it's been given away. Watkins! What an absolute gift! What an absolute gift for the Premier League's top goal scorer this season. Ollie Watkins is off the mark in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. The Spurs players have had a shocker trying to play out from the back. Vicario and Sajati are passing it around. He gives it away with his weaker foot, and Watkins says thank you very much. 1-0 Villa. Less than 3 minutes played. Heung-min Song in a good position. Konsa reads him well, but the ball comes back to him. Kulusevski on the edge. Lays it in. Maddison surely scores. 1-1. It's only taken another 3 minutes for Tottenham to get the equaliser. And Heung-min Song, I forgot, is basically unplayable in FIFA, isn't he? He's just so OP in this game. But yeah, great footwork from him. I thought we'd stop Kulusevski, but he laid it into Maddison's path, took a touch, and then just poked it round Martinez. 1-1. Elias Yelert looks up to find Mykhailo Mudryk. Yelert carries on his run, is in a good position here. Elias Yelert swings in across looking for Duran. Can't win that header. Watkins tries to keep it alive. It should fall here to Kamara. Does win his header, but Chavez gets in the way. And Kamara sweeps up well again. It's pretty scrappy, to be honest, after such a frantic start. As Ramsey will just take his time. Here is Yuri Tielemans looking to the far side to release Elias Yelert again. Mudryk gives him a run. Mudryk is offside. Mudryk could be away here. He's got a lot of space to run into. Destiny Udogie definitely isn't slow, but neither is Mykhailo Mudryk. And Mykhailo Mudryk swings in across, looking for Watkins. Van de Ven with a really good header away. Can we get there first? Rogers tried, but it's a good tackle from Pedro Porro and fires straight up to Heung-min Song, who's turned really well. Heung-min Song trying to pull out some trickery to get away, but good defending. Mykhailo Mudryk looks forward, finds Duran, just bullied out of it by Archie Gray, which really shouldn't be happening for a striker the size of Jean Duran. Pedro Porro looks for Bentancur. Just managed to get that one round the corner to Chavez. Chavez goes up to Kulusevski. In towards Son again. A really good turn from Heung-min Son. He's played so well today, leading the line up front for Spurs. Half an hour gone, 1-1. Ollie Watkins gives the ball into Ramsey. Ramsey tries to put it in towards Duran. Duran with a header, great save on the rebound. Duran 2-1. Really good save from Vicario first time. Great cross in from Ramsey, but Jon Duran makes it 2-1 Villa. and I do like having him there as a big man. Him and Ferguson are very similar in the game, and Ramsey's picked out a wonderful cross after a nice 1-2 with Watkins. That left-footed little dink, loads of space, great save from Vicario, manages to sort out his feet, and Duran makes it 2-1 with the rebound. Lovely stuff poking it home. Son on the edge, Kulusevski. Tottenham keeping the ball well. Bentancur robbed. Can Villa break? Duran up to Watkins. Ollie Watkins has got a bit of space here, and he's got round Van der Ven, and he's held off Pedro Porro. Ollie Watkins is in! Oh, it's another really good save from Vicario. Oh, lovely ball round the corner from Son to find Kulusevski. Son gets round his man. Heung-min Son, 2-2. It's that man again. The captain bails Spurs out, and it's Heung-min Son that makes it 2-2. Lovely work from Kulusevski. This game is an absolute rasper, isn't it? What a game we're having here, and I absolutely hate this camera. Ramsey tried to feed it into Sousa, but it's a good interception, and Heung-min Son and Kulusevski are up here again. Pau Torres reads that one well, and yeah, always a danger of a counter-attack at the moment as Tielemans looks to just get on the ball here. Fires it in towards Duran, who did very well to hold off his man. Elias Yelert comes forward. Oh, Mudryk ran the wrong way, and now we're going to be a player short at the back. Heung-min Son. Oh, I just had to get that right with Pau Torres. Oh, Heung-min Son's done it again. He's just so good. Heung-min Son is just so good in this game. Great tackle from Torres. Let's just clear our lines and see if we can get to half-time. We do 2-2. What a game we've got here at Villa Park. So no changes at half-time for either team. And, well, that was absolutely fantastic. Every time we took the lead, Heung-min Son equalised. So let's see if we can just marshal him out of the game a little bit better in this second half. It's not going to start that way, is it? Oh, nearly. A nearly great start there for Spurs, but we've come away with the ball, and we've actually got a chance to break here. Tielemans out to Duran. Duran just coming forward with the ball, doing really well. He's got an overlapping run. Can we get that ball through? We do get that ball through. It's Mykhailo Mudryk, puts it in towards Watkins. Van der Ven with a good header. Duran can't get there. Tielemans keeps it alive. I think Duran was offside, though. Oh, it's Heung-min Son again. He's so good. Just can't get him off the ball. I mean, even when you do tackle him, he gets it back like that. Son's in, squares it. Great save, Martinez. It's not done yet, though. Bentancur off the bar, and Konza heads it away. Oh, my word, this game. Feels like we're starting to get some tired legs as we hit the hour mark. Kulusevski comes forward. Great tackle from the youngster Sousa, and then Tielemans does well. He's probably going to come off Tielemans. The game seems to be bypassing him a little bit. Ramsey comes forward. Can't do anything with that. Pedro Porro jumps the tackle, and yeah, it's just that constant threat of Heung-min Son up front as Kulusevski comes down the right-hand side, trying some skill. Good defending from Sousa again. So substitutions happening then. It's 3 off, 3 on for Aston Villa. Tielemans, Ramsey and Sousa off as we bring on Feeney, the youngster, centre-back. There he is, coming on for Sousa. He'll be going to the middle, Konza to the right, and Elias Yelert over to the left. We've brought on Redondo in the middle for Tielemans. The game was just bypassing him just a little bit as, hang on, Timo Werner's here on the edge into Chavez. Is he going to get time and space for a shot? He does, it's poor. And then the final sub was Rooney Bargi on the left-hand side for Ramsey, who got the assist. Rooney Bargi, that's a really good ball to find Ollie Watkins, who's got a lot of work to do. Oh, that's a terrible pass. But, oh, Elias Yelert is high up the pitch and won the ball. And it could be Duran. Oh, he just couldn't sort his feet out. Elias Yelert, the now left-back, was very high up the pitch there and put in a very good challenge. Good start for Rooney Bargi as a substitute as well. First time we're trying him on the left. Great challenge from Redondo in the middle. Watkins can turn, get the ball through into Duran, but Ben Davies just puts in a good tackle. He's only just come on the pitch, Ben Davies. That's a really good introduction to the game for him as, well, Redondo's done really well to bring that one down. Up it goes towards Rooney Bargi. Holds his man off and does find Redondo to keep possession. Kamara just waiting for something. Recycle the possession is the best thing to do. I'll tell you what, Redondo's done so well since he's come on. He's having a fantastic game, the young Argentinian. He's really showing he can potentially start next season for us, to be honest, in there. If we have a big money sale for Tielemans or something like that, I've got no issues with putting Redondo in there to take his place. He's got the stamina, the legs. He's doing really well. I think it was offside. It's a yellow card for Luis Chavez in the middle with a bad challenge earlier on. It's a free kick to Tottenham. Heung-min Son went all the way back to the halfway line to take it as a 1-2. And Kulusevski goes back. Here is Son. Ball through. Timo Werner's offside. Redondo. Great ball into the feet of Jean Duran, who's just holding this one up. Waiting for options. Elias Yelert out towards Rooney Bargi. Rooney Bargi swings in a cross, and we didn't really challenge. Duran gets up well though, heads it down to Ollie Watkins. Back to Bargi again, swings it in towards Duran, not afraid to use him as a bit of a target man at the moment. Redondo, who's tall, wins the header. Kamara, that's a really good ball out to Mikhailo Mudryk. Mudryk, oh, Destiny Udogie, so fast. He's so quick. So Heung-min Son has been subbed off for Spurs, and it's a needs-must substitution here for Aston Villa as Elias Yalert comes off at left-back to be replaced by John McGinn. The club captain is going to be putting in a little shift at left-back at the moment, and Son has been replaced by Kunate up front. John Duran picks up the ball. Mudryk in a bit of space. Nice little bit of skill to generate a bit more space, but the pass was disappointing. He's got it back into Redondo. Looks over the top towards Mudryk, who had carried on running, and Mudryk actually beat Van de Ven in the header. I don't think Van de Ven knew he was there, to be honest, but 30 seconds left to go. That's probably going to be the game. I don't think either team will complain about a point. 2-2 here at Villa Park. Is it enough for Aston Villa? So looking at the league table, we are still in 4th, but the final game of the season is against Man United, who have a game in hand on us and a better goal difference, so we have to beat Manchester United in the final game of the season to secure 4th place. It's all come down to the final game. Let's hope that whoever is playing Man United beats Man United and makes our life potentially a little bit easier. So the big news is Man United, I think, lost that match. It is now, oh my word, going into the final game of the season, there are 4 teams that could get that final Champions League spot. We currently hold it in 4th place. West Ham in 5th on the same amount of points as us. Arsenal in 6th, 2 points or 1 point behind us, but with a better goal difference. And Man United in 7th, 2 points behind us with an even better goal difference. So what it comes down to is we've just got to beat Manchester United. Here we are then at Old Trafford, which in a monumental final game of the Premier League season, as Man United and Aston Villa are vying for that 4th place spot. The teams know that if they win, that's the only way they get Champions League football. If Man United win, they need results to go in their favour and Arsenal to slip up. If Aston Villa win, they secure Champions League football if they better the result of West Ham United in other games today. This is huge. So as a team start formality, it's an interesting lineup from Erik ten Hag. Obviously in real life, no longer Man United manager. Casemiro captains the team playing in midfield. There's also a start for Antony on the wing. So this should be quite the game. Aston Villa lining up as you would expect in Unai Emery's now favoured 4-4-2. It's Evan Ferguson in head of Duran though. But starting with the home team in a 4-2-3-1, Man United line up with Andre Onana in goal. De Ligt, Christensen, new signing, and Dalot and Malacia at the back. Casemiro and Ugarte play behind Rashford, Fernandes and Antony with Højlund up front. It's a good team, not the best Man United team we've ever seen. But Aston Villa in their 4-4-2. Welcome back Ian Maatsen from injury for his last game at the club before he moves to Arsenal. Martinez is in goal. Konsa, Torres and Yalert make up the back 4. McGinn partners Redondo, Leon Bailey and Morgan Rogers on the wings. Watkins and Ferguson up front. And it's Aston Villa to get us underway. Can they do back-to-back Champions League campaigns, which would be absolutely massive? The board wanted it. It will be interesting to see if they can pull it off, as Redondo's getting probably one of his first starts in the Premier League, I think. He played a cup. I know he started a cup game for us, but some impressive performances off the bench has meant he's given a start in the final game of the season. Konsa does well to rob Bruno Fernandes. Leon Bailey starting on the left today in a slight change for Unai Emery, which has seen Rogers move out to the right. Rogers up against Malacia. Could be an interesting battle today because Malacia is not the best here, as Rogers actually does. What a challenge from Casemiro. Bloody hell. As this is going to fall to Redondo, just waiting to try and pick his pass. Well blocked by Manuel Ugarte. John McGinn goes out towards Rogers again. Rogers looks to ping across towards Watkins at the back post. Dalot wins the header. This is good pressure from Aston Villa here, but De Ligt takes over and it looks like they've just managed to withstand it, Man United. Bruno Fernandes turns, looks up towards Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund just goes back to Casemiro. Casemiro just dallying on the ball. United not really found too much of the rhythm. Antony has been a tricky customer when he's on the ball. He's pulling out a few tricks because of his flair trait. But yeah, Man United not really doing much with it. As Ugarte has played his team into trouble and Ollie Watkins could break. Ollie Watkins has no real support of note. He is into the area, dinks it across. De Ligt is there though. De Ligt is so good in the air in this. Well, I mean, in real life as well, he is pretty good in the air, isn't he? Leon Bailey comes down the left, swings across in again towards Ferguson with the header. Easy for Onana. Diego Dalot up the line to Antony. Really good tackle from Ezri Konsa there. Redondo keeps the ball moving, finds John McGinn. John McGinn looks wide. Leon Bailey. It's a good little move this from Aston Villa, but Leon Bailey runs into Ugarte. Really good challenge from the Uruguayan. And, well, Antony had a bit of space there, but Dalot didn't release the ball quick enough. Oh, Konsa has robbed Malacia. He's got the pass off. That's a late challenge from Casemiro. It should be a yellow card. Don't think the ref's going to go any worse than that. But Konsa was definitely caught late. Was it? It was a yellow card, yes, for Casemiro, as Morgan Rogers now on the ball. Just tries to get that one off into the path there of Leon Bailey, but it didn't quite work. Redondo comes forward from midfield. Watkins gives him a good run, to be honest. Oh, what attacking from Dalot. How did he get that challenge? Thought I'd spun and turned him. Antony comes forward. Højlund's drifted wide. Højlund in a good bit of space. Maatsen gets back really well. I am really going to miss Maatsen. He's been superb for us. Konsa up to McGinn. Morgan Rogers just holds it up and waits for some movement, and there's just a lack of movement today. It definitely feels like an end of season game. People are tired. Both teams making errors, to be honest, with the ball, and it's going to take something very, very good or a mistake from probably me that's going to be the first goal of the game, I imagine. Half time, 0-0 at Old Trafford. Neither team taking the real chance of going for it. Both teams sort of feel that if they lose, they're out of the Champions League race. So it's been very tentative. So no changes at half time. Just a little tweak to some player roles, just to see if we can take advantage of what we've seen Man United doing. So we're asking Leon Bailey to basically just attack and not defend on the right-hand side, because Malacia keeps pushing in as like an inverted sort of full-back, wing-back, whatever you want to call it. As Antony bringing out all the tricks here. And he's still going with the ball. And we're playing Evan Ferguson as more of a target forward. See if we can sort of bounce the ball off him a little bit. Tell him to stay high up the pitch as well. And go from there as Fernandez goes back to Ugarte. It's again very... someone's going to need to do something special to win this game. John McGinn out towards Leon Bailey. Does very well to cut inside of Casemiro and avoid the challenge. As the sun is coming out at Old Trafford. Oh, I was trying to fire that one into Ollie Watkins, but it's a really good block. We may need Tielemans on as a bit more of a ball player in the middle. Redondo's work ethic has been good, but he's really good at chasing the ball down, winning headers in the middle, but maybe it's a game for Youri Tielemans rather than the young energy of Redondo. Evan Ferguson has won the ball really well high up the pitch. Watkins, can he feed it through? He can. And Redondo has the pace, but it's a really, really good tackle from Andreas Christensen. Redondo looks up towards Watkins. Great turn, but the pass into Evan Ferguson was not good. And it will give chance for Man United to try and hit us on the counter, although John McGinn just tells Rashford, get out of it. You're not having any of that ball. Up it goes to Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey's done really... Oh, don't say anything, Dave. Don't say someone's done well, because they always give the ball away. Honestly, it feels like Man United are happy with a draw to try and nick a winner as late as possible to just really demoralise me and take away all the joy I have in life. But, yeah, they're not really pressing forward. Højlund has been very isolated. They can't get him in the game. We're marshalling him well. We're sort of not letting them pass the halfway line. I'd actually argue we could probably do with a little bit more pace. Might get fresh legs on the wings, to be honest. Oh, they've given it away. Right on cue. Ollie Watkins. It was Matthijs de Ligt that's given it away. Watkins is in. Ollie Watkins. It's 1-0 with 20 minutes to go. Oh, we pressured them. We pressured them and they couldn't deal with it. Ollie Watkins makes it 1-0 Villa. Matthijs de Ligt, who's been solid all day at the back, misplaces one pass into Malacia, and it allowed Ollie Watkins to break. And Watkins, as soon as he got in that position, he wasn't missing. He is the out-and-out top goal scorer in the Premier League, as we understand it right now. So Ollie Watkins gives Villa the lead, and it prompts some substitutions. Two holding midfielders coming on for Villa in Onana and Kamara, replacing McGinn and Redondo in midfield. Rooney Bargi coming on the wing in place of Leon Bailey as well. So we've had no news of the West Ham game, but obviously that, with us being 1-0 up, it's the West Ham result now that can only affect if we get Champions League football, because if we win, we've got Champions League football unless West Ham beat the result by 2 2 goals that we get here. So with us being 1-0 up, West Ham now need to win 3-0 as Pau Torres defends that really well. So 15 minutes to go. Aston Villa just keeping the ball so well as Watkins is found by Rooney Bargi there. Rooney Bargi wins a throw-in high in Man United's half as Joshua Zirkzee is coming on to replace Anthony. Rooney Bargi, great crossfield pass. Oh, Rodgers is offside. What a pass from Rooney Bargi, by the way. Unbelievable technique to get that pass off. And Rodgers, he should not be offside there. It's his elbow. Can't play the ball with your elbow. That doesn't count. Oh, dropping back into this 4-4-2 with 2 holding midfielders is working wonders. Man United can't find a way through. They're trying to be patient. They're trying to pick the right pass. But with Onana and Kamara just holding in there, it is working out really, really well as Malacia has the ball again. Time is ticking away. 30 seconds for Man United to find an equaliser. I mean, they know they had to win the game anyway, and that's it. It's 1-0 Villa. Really hope West Ham didn't win. So the Premier League season comes to a close, and it's the Player of the Season award presented by David Beckham here, apparently. And it's going to go to Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins wins the Player of the Season. Well done, Ollie. He deserves it. A good number of goals. I'm pretty sure he's got the golden boot, but I can't remember. But Ollie Watkins, I think, is going to be a wanted man. So looking at the league table and the results, West Ham drew 1-1, I think it was, with Ipswich Town. Where are we? We're on May the 3rd, May the 4th, May the 10th, May the 11th. And let's go to the end of May because it was the final fixtures. It was Ipswich 1, West Ham 1, which means Arsenal got 5th and we beat them by 1 point in the race for the Champions League. 38 games played, 20 wins, 8 draws, 10 losses. Definitely room to improve on last season, but absolutely superb. Man City have won the FA Cup and Liverpool won the Carabao Cup. So that's a roundup of the top division and cups in England. Next episode, we'll be going through the summer transfer window and seeing what business we can do. Now, the squad is looking good. I like how the squad feels. I like what we've got. But some players, I think, are completely, like, anyone we've just signed is off limits. Like, we're not selling them no matter what bids come in. Watkins would need a huge bid for it to happen from a big club. We're talking Barca, Real Madrid, potentially someone like Man City who have just won the league. Maybe like a Liverpool, something like that. Not too sure. Rodgers and Bailey, I think, are the same. Anyone has to be a big offer. Pau Torres, I'd pretty much probably say no, not going to sell him at all, unless it was Barcelona or Real Madrid because he's Spanish. Konza, another one, I think it has to be a huge club. Otherwise, we're not selling him. Same for Martinez. Matson is leaving. Onana, I want to keep. Ramsey, I'd like to keep. Ferguson stays. Mudryk stays. Charles stays. Bellingham stays. Tyrone Mings could potentially see his way heading out. Who knows? Kamara, I would like to keep, but he hasn't played an awful lot. So again, a big club could see him move. Redondo stays. Rooney Bargi stays. Olsen can go. Feeney will stay. We've called him back from loan. He may go out on loan. Souza may go out on loan if we get another left back in. And Ross Barkley is free to go as well. And we'll also be getting to the point of potentially calling up youngsters from our academy, which I've sort of been neglecting because I like the realism save that we're doing. As you can see, we've actually lost a lot of players from our youth academy. We've lost all of our goalkeepers and things like that where they just keep moving on. So we'll keep an eye on them and see if there's anyone that's like 17 or 18 and could potentially do a job for us in the senior squad. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed that first season of the Aston Villa save. If you've got any comments, thoughts, please do leave them below. I'll add all the players that you've recommended to the shortlist, and then we'll crack on with the January transfer, summer window, pre-season, post-season, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.